Yo, welcome back to the Best Show in Atlanta. I'm your host, Nigel Armani. Listen, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to the Best Show in Atlanta. Also, if you can, go on the website at unspokenatlanta.com and get your merch, man. We got different colorways on the hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, all type of stuff on there, man. So if you can support, man, go to unspokenatlanta.com, check out the Unspoken Atlanta collection, and get your merch today. Enjoy the show.
Boom. And then people stop, they would subscribe to the channel, they'd be like, oh, who are you, whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm just making content. So like really, the people that you're afraid of, they really want to be you, doing the thing. Yeah. They're like, damn, I wish I could do that. Or yo, I should have did that. Man, I was gonna shoot some content. I need to do. So it was like, number one, that really helped me a lot because it forced me to put myself out there. And I'm in a real environment. And it's like I had to like train myself to not care what people thought.
Hey, Nigel. Did too hard, bruh.
Super honored, man. Shout out Nigel. Shout out everybody here. Shout out Unspoken. We in the A.
Shout out to my boy Jeter. That's what we drinking on, Jeter Readers. Make sure y'all get y'all some Jeter Reader, man. Hit my boy up. For real. All right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Unspoken Atlanta podcast. I'm your host, Nigel Armani. And today we got a special guest in the building, my boy Brendon Boyd.
If you're a podcaster and you're not making money consistently with your podcast, you're doing something wrong.
He also does a lot of speaking engagements. We also just left from doing a podcast summit. He spoke 2 days in a row at Podcast Summit. One of the guys I've been following for about like 2 years now. We put out a lot of content, and I think that would really probably help me discover him. And I try to steal a little bit of some of your models on how you produce your own content and try to put it into Unspoken. But welcome to the show, bro. Welcome, man.
Thanks for having me.
No, I appreciate
You
it,
know what I'm
dog.
saying? Yo, so when they say, you said special guest.
Yeah.
So when you say special guest, what that mean? Because I feel like everybody say special guest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's special?
I think what makes it special is that like it's out of the for what we do on a normal basis as far as content.
Yeah.
So I normally don't be having I'm just not getting into the one-on-one space.
I mean, bro, I do feel special. I drove here.
Nah, but I just like I try to. That's my goal anyway. Anyway, if I have a special guest or a guest peer, anybody come up here, I always try to make them feel welcome home. Make sure they feel like they appreciate it for even pulling up, because I know a lot of people who are not from here. Yeah. Where I stay is kind of a little bit far out for the people that's not from here.
I feel like if you you don't live in Atlanta, you come to Atlanta, everything gonna be about 30 to 50.
Yeah. That's how I'm telling everybody.
And like, it don't even matter what, like, you might be in one area, you got a homie up here, you got a homie over here, you got one over here, you got like two down here.
Yeah.
So it's like you in with the traffic, you're gonna be over there for the day.
It
ain't like you going over there and then, all right, man, I'm gonna see you. No. You like, yo, I'm gonna just work from your spot today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it'd be like that. Yeah, man. Let me get you a little bit, man. What brought you to Atlanta this time? You can just give a little background on how you started your podcast journey. Yeah. And cause you move around a lot, man.
Podcast summit, bro. Like, Chance wanted me to come back, so I said, bro, I'll pull up, and this is my third time in a row, and I feel like every time that I had an opportunity to speak there, it's just been better. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like even today, I felt like I was one of the headliners. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because literally, like, everywhere I was going throughout both days, people were stopping me. They want to talk, they want a picture, they want a video, we chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? I give a lot of strategy, so I'm giving them game and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? This is pre me speaking, post me speaking. Yeah. Both days. So my whole thing is like, with this conference, I feel like I wanted mine to be different. Yeah. Did you catch me on day one?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So okay, so since you caught me on day one, they didn't. What do you feel like was different about my presentation? Because I could say what I thought, but you was actually there.
Well, you know what it is? I think it's one is your energy. How you explain your curriculum, how you go about it. Even on day two, like how you was even helping out Billionaire Brooklyn. I think that kind of separates you. Period. And also when it comes to your content. Yeah. A lot of people don't really like explain things well. Especially when it comes to like teaching. I mean, you can tell us how to how you made it to a certain point, but really getting into the details on like step by step on how you really when it comes to giving advice, especially when you give advice on different ways of how you making money from podcasting. Yeah. Making sure that people understand that, hey, you're not really. You think you working hard, but you're really working hard on the wrong stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
But for the most part, man, that's why I wanted to get you on the pod anyway, man. Something that I always want to talk to somebody about, as far as like, it's always cool to talk about people who know how to make know how to make money from podcasting. But the way you explain, I feel like it's very informative, and I think it'll be dope if we talk about that too. That's why
Yeah. I mean, we you know what I'm saying, we'll go as deep as we can, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I'm on your platform over here, so we gonna take that journey. But for me, like, just at the summit, I'm thinking in my mind, all right, cool. I have an idea who the audience is.
Yeah.
You know, who's coming to the summit, and then if I'm a attendee, what would I like to receive?
Yeah.
So I already knew, I'm like, okay, cool. It's gonna be hella interviews, hella presentations. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a couple of fireside chats.
Yeah.
But I want people to get two things. I want y'all to remember who I am. I want y'all to get some value, and as a bonus, I say that I want to make sure you get some actionable that can actually give you a result. So like, I opened up my presentation with like some would say it was a play.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had like 4 people on the stage, you know, and they were kind of they were acting out a scene, and then I came on, introduced what was going on, and then the people got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, you know, as people people of color, I feel like we understand better through demonstration.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Through visualization, and we like to be entertained. So if I could put a message in the entertainment, it's gonna resonate.
Win-win.
So like even Kanye West, like, everything he do
It's a presentation.
is a presentation. Everything, like, he'll go to the theatrics almost on everything. You know what I'm saying? When he's selling something, intentionally, when he is performing, you know, laying out the visuals for like a concert or something for a tour. Even the last podcast he did with academics, he had on the black KKK outfit.
That's
It's like, bro,
it's a performance.
it's
presentation, all that.
100%. So that's what I wanted to kind of get across.
Yeah.
When I was doing mine. I'm like, I could do the slides, but in my mind, me even thinking about the slides is boring.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be like talk, click, click.
I think people do
click,
presentations,
click.
not to cut you off. I think people do presentations to kind of help them out.
Which I feel like is selfish.
Yeah, okay. I think it's like a common mechanism. If I forget, it's always on the TV.
But you know why it's selfish? Is because if you got to speak and you got to rely on the slides, you don't really know your information, and you're being selfish because you're thinking about how can I do my presentation better.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about how can they receive the information that I'm going to share the best so that they can get the transformation.
Yeah.
You're like, speak, slide. Speak. Oh, yo, can you click the next one?
Yeah.
Speak. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To me, that's selfish. I'm not trying to be in a presentation or be listening to someone, and like, they don't even know their information enough that they can't articulate it to me. They got to keep, all right, guys, so next is this.
Yeah.
If you were in the supermarket or I just saw you in real life and I figured out what you do and I need the help, you're going to go to slide deck on the phone?
Tell me how, yeah.
Nah, bro. You should know what's going on.
Yeah, you should know what Al is. This
100%.
is it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying there's nothing against slides. I'm not hating on the slides. What I'm saying is, in an environment like we just came from, most of these people, especially when they be bouncing from room to room, they need information that's going to be impactful, because your slides they're going to go to someone else. They're going to get some more slides.
Yeah.
They're not going to remember nothing.
Yeah.
You want them to be able to be like, okay, I got 2 things from this. I can do it right now, or I can do it tomorrow. Notes. Oh, yo, we got to do it. Boom. And then I just do it. If I gotta go through your slides again, I'm definitely not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like, I want to separate myself just on the presentation element, and then I've been getting better at speaking and presenting and articulating my point in a room, and I love like controlling the energy in a room. So I feel like I can use them to my advantage.
How you what's your thoughts on like, even like you were saying, you getting better at your public speaking? Like, where did you start like getting comfortable with that? And your estimation, what was it when you? I mean, obviously you still getting better at it, but when you was getting to the point where you was comfortable and like, okay, I could do this full time.
That's a really good question, bro. I think that when did I really get comfortable? I think webinars.
Is it just putting yourself out there? I mean, just
throwing
throw yourself in the fire?
I think number 1, yes, you gotta just put yourself out there. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, it's like, I don't really believe in fear for 2 reasons. One, if you have fear on something, you created the fear. It's not like fear exists. You can be like, yo, that thing over there, that's like, that might be scary to me, but that might not be scary to you.
Right.
Meaning it's not really scary.
Yeah.
It's like my thoughts. So I'm gonna be afraid of my thoughts. People in a room, there's nothing to be nervous about because they're all there for something.
Yeah.
So if I'm nervous or I'm afraid, that means again that's selfish.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be able to get the information out that can help them. But so me putting myself out there, I think one thing I know distinctly helped me a lot, and then the second thing I can share as well. So the first thing was when I used to live in LA, I used to go to Melrose, and Melrose has a lot of art everywhere. So I used to go to Melrose with my tripod and my camera, and I would just make content.
Mm-hmm.
And like people would walk by, they would drive by, but I told myself, yo, I think I did once a week. Every, let's say, Friday for 2 hours, I got to find a mural and I got to record at least 2 pieces of content. One would be like long form, another one would be like maybe 2 or 3 shorts, clips.
Reels, yeah,
Yep.
clips. Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So like people will walk by, jog by, drive by, and look. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I'd be on some like, I'm gonna wait for this car to go.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then after a while, I'm like, nah, boom. And then people stop, they would subscribe to the channel. They'd be like, oh, who are you? Whatever. I'm like, yeah, I'm just making content. So like really, the people that you're afraid of, they really want to be you doing the thing.
Yeah.
They're like, damn, I wish I could do that. Or yo, I should have did that.
Yeah.
I was gonna shoot some content. I need to. So it's like, number one, that really helped me a lot because it forced me to put myself out there. And I'm in a real environment. And it's like I had to like train myself to not care what people thought.
Yeah.
And then the second thing is once I started to get deeper into the information I was learning. Doing weekly webinars help because a weekly webinar on Zoom is really speaking.
Yeah.
You just at the crib or wherever you're
By
at.
yourself,
You know what I'm saying? So it's more comfortable, but people are still on Zoom. Someone could nervous when you look at that virtual number. You're like, there's 100 people in here, or 50 people in here, or 500 people in there. You'd be like, damn, because you're being recorded, right? But you're able to control your information, your pacing. I'm not even gonna continue if you guys don't turn the screen on. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's really pitch and catch.
Yeah.
And if they catch what you pitching, you're gonna hold their attention. If you hold their attention, you get the engagement. Then it's gonna work out best for everybody.
No,
So
for
those help really well. And then like I really like teaching and training, so that part is easy. I feel like I got that part. So now it's like, okay, cool. I can create my own stages now. So now I can control the whole thing. And then you can't forget about podcasting. So you throw podcasting in there, you having these conversations, it all plays a role. You know what I'm saying? Like podcasts help you with you being able to converse. A webinar help you with your information, how you can articulate it and present it. Then we actually go on a stage, like, and I don't make it too serious.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm gonna have fun every time. So it just made me more comfortable.
Well, so pretty much what you're saying is you love speaking and kind of just you gradually got into the podcasting over time. Were you in it before it was famous?
100%. Yeah. So I had a podcast. So my journey in podcasting happened in 2018. My boy was like, "Yo, bro, you should just vlog."
Yeah.
I was like, "What is that? And why?" You know what I'm saying? I know what it was. He was like, "Yo, this is dude Casey Nasdaq." He was like, "Yo, you should check him out and just vlog." So I was like, "All right." So I went to Home Depot. I went to Best Buy and I bought a camera, Canon M50. That was my first camera. And then I just started vlogging. Like I still think I have vlogs on YouTube. So I just started vlogging. After I got to maybe like 15 episodes or so, I'm like, I don't know. Like it was cool, but I'm like, I don't think the people really care about me enough. Like I don't feel like my brand is like at a level where like people give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So then I just pivoted to like interviewing people. But I was a realtor, right? So I'm like, I'm gonna interview people that I want to talk to, because let's say I'm trying to connect with you, just like, yo, bro, like, can we get on the phone? I want to talk to you about XYZ. You probably gonna be like, nah, especially if you don't know me. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna give me time of day. So I was like, well, maybe these dudes that say yes if I interview them, because now it's really about them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So once I was doing this YouTube show, which wasn't a podcast, because I wasn't even thinking about that. Everyone that I asked to come on was like, yes. Then I was like, light bulb. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I took that, and then I ended up moving to LA because like I needed to grow. You know what I'm saying? In Boston, I felt like I was just Groundhog Day over and over again. Yeah. Moved to LA, and then I had an epiphany. I was like, oh, this is a podcast. So then I started putting things on the audio side, but I still wasn't who I am now as far as like my understanding.
Yeah.
But what I understood at that time was I can put this content on the audio side. It's not just a YouTube show, it's a podcast. And I can still interview people that I want to interview. Right? I quit real estate when I did this deal because it took so long time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, it took like 16 hours of my life to do this one deal because I had to drive back and forth. And I immediately started investing in myself. So I got a mindset program, and then I found like Neo, where my friends introduced me. Neo talking about digital products, and I started helping people create digital products and courses.
Neo, that's out here, right? Yeah. Okay.
So, but I'm still doing a podcast on the side.
Yeah.
But the podcast has nothing to do with this. But I'm still podcasting because I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like two of my friends randomly same week, they was like, yo, bro, I know what you got going on over here, but like this podcast thing, like you should pay more attention to it. But I didn't know what they meant, and they didn't really know how to articulate it. They just was just like, there's something over here, you just need to look a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro. 2 weeks later, I was just like, yo, I think I got it. What if I like take these digital products and courses and like mix them with this podcast? So that's when I got another like light bulb. I'm like, there gotta be something to it. Like, I didn't hear nobody doing it, but I'm like, I think I can put these things together somehow, you know? So that kind of what started it. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I'm a marketer at heart, you know what I'm saying? And a visionary. So I'm just like, okay, cool. Eventually I got it. What's the problem? Podcast. How you make money? Brand deals, YouTube sponsorships. How you make money? Brand deals, YouTube sponsorships. Well, how you make money? Brand deals, YouTube sponsorships. Do you have a brand deal? No. Do you got a sponsor? No. Are you monetizing YouTube? Well, I am, but I'm still not making no money. So y'all ain't really making no money for real.
Me, yeah.
But they all think you make money the same way. But I'm like, well, you can create and make a digital product in a day. Okay, that makes sense. You can take the same information as digital product and make a course. That makes sense. Well, what if you put those offers in your podcast? Now the podcast is offering those products for you. But you're going to put the podcast up anyway.
Yeah.
That makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So then I just started getting more and more coaching and getting better in the things that I wanted to learn. Then I'm like, oh, bro, if they just use this foundational 4 method that I created, I'm like, they can make 6 figures. Because I'm making 6, you know what I'm saying? At the time, I'm making 6 figures.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this joint easy. But every time I meet a podcaster, it's the same thing, bro. That's why when I did my presentation, you even saw it. Like, I was demonstrating how like the money's not in what these people are doing. Like the people that were looking for the ways to make money. The money's in what these people are doing. The ones that are actually providing the resources for the people that do the thing. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, it's just math. But every time I do that, people raise their hands. You know what I'm saying? Because they're like, oh, yeah, this way. But it's like, bro, that's not it. Who told you that? Who told you that? That's how you make money podcast. No one can tell you how they even know that. Everybody thinks it's brand deal sponsorships or they need a large YouTube number. But no one knows where they got it.
They're looking at the big podcasts and seeing what they got.
100%.
That's what they're looking at.
100%. But none of those are going to be big. None of them are going to be that way.
No.
Because you ain't a celebrity. You're not already a celebrity. You're not already an athlete. You're not already an influencer. So they're coming off of their momentum and then deciding to do media. Of course, they're going to get, like, they're going to get an automatic audience. Now, what they do with it is different. Or they're going to be presented with some deals off the rip because they have a brand. But the average podcaster is not even going to survive. You know what I'm saying? 97% of them don't make it.
Yeah.
Making it is 200 episodes. So you're going to tell me you like doing podcasts, but you won't do the thing that you like 200 times just to put you in the top 3%. The top 3%, you can be they could be the top 3% of this category if they just produce episodes, do the thing they said they want to do.
Yeah.
Imagine that. It's probably the easiest category or industry that you can't be the top 3%, and all you got to do is
do the work.
Execute, bro.
In that time.
You know what I'm saying? Now, when we talk about making money, I don't think it's difficult, maybe because it's my perspective, but if you make 6 figures in media as a podcaster, now you're in the top 1%. So you could be in the top 3% and the top 1% by doing the thing that you say you want to do, and then just learn what I like to call the foundational 4 to generate your 6 figures. And then you're in the top 1% and the top 3%. And most people don't make 6 figures. So what if a podcast, you sitting on your couch at the crib or in the studio, comfortable, wearing the clothes that you want to wear, and you make more money than you can make more money than you can make working at a job.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Any day of the week.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even if podcasting just paid half of your expenses, it's still worth it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If your expenses is $5K a month and your show brings you $2,500, you only got paid $2,500 now to live, bro, you got an extra $2,500.
Yeah.
You can invest that money, you know what I'm saying? Like pay down debt if you got debt. Like it's just so much you can do.
For sure. I think, for what you were saying earlier, most podcasts only look at it for 3 different ways. They're trying to get a sponsorship, trying to get famous for it, or like you said, they don't put enough episodes out there to actually get some traction.
100%.
And in your opinion, like, what are like, obviously talk about some of the mistakes. What are like some of the biggest like common mistakes that people normally make when they come to creating podcasts?
I think one of the biggest mistakes is like getting what I like to call like heavy equipment. So heavy equipment would be like what you got. And you got a producer here, you got monitors, you got what are those FX30s or 3s?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got the, you know what I'm saying? Like you got signage, bro. You got you this is what I would deem heavy equipment. Like you got the overhead light, like you got a varipole, bro, like set up. Most people get all of this before they start.
Yeah.
And then quit.
Or they won't start unless they have all of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's probably number one. You know what I'm saying? Number two, I think, is not having an intention. Like I was talking to this one girl today, and she was like, "Oh, I want to start a podcast, and I think I want to be about this, this, and this, but I don't want to do this and this." I'm like, "All right, cool. But what's the reason why you're doing it?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a reason, if you don't have a destination, if you don't have an intention, you're definitely gonna be part of the 97% that quits because you don't even know where you're going." Mm-hmm. Imagine if you're like, "Yo, bro, pull up for the podcast." You don't give me the address.
Right.
Eventually, even if I think, like, is this from where we are? Is this north, south, east, or west?
It's east.
Okay, even if I think I'm driving east, if I don't have the address, I'm quitting at some point. Because I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if I drove too east or not enough east.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I'm out of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what happens when you don't have an intention. Your address gave me an intention.
Yeah.
It gave me clear directions and intention. So number two would be, if you don't know why you're doing it or what's the reason is, then you're going to stop. Yeah. So those would be number two. And then third is obviously money. But I don't think money's number one. It got to be like, money just follows intention.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't make money. You provide value, money comes.
Yeah, for me, see, before I had all of this, shoot, me and BC and a couple other people used to travel in downtown and shoot at people high rise in the entertainment areas. Yeah. And we should shoot there. Until I got to a point where I was comfortable enough. But this took like 4 or 5 years to get to a point where we could have all of this. Mm-hmm. But I think that's the thing about it though. A lot of people don't have that why. And the why is gonna keep you going when you don't really feel like doing it.
It's just discipline, bro. So the richer you are, it has no bearing on how smart you are. It's about your discipline.
Yeah.
You're gonna be disciplined in this particular like area. You're gonna be disciplined in these disciplines. You're gonna be disciplined in your routine. You're gonna be disciplined enough to solve the problem that is hurting you or preventing you from, or the one that you're repeating or living over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So it's really just discipline, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it is. So you made it this far, and you're gonna continue to make it because you're disciplined in this. Not even because you take it seriously. It's because you're disciplined in it. If the producer didn't show up, you know how to run the shit.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna be like, "Yo, bro, I know you drove up here 40 minutes, man, but I just got the call. He can't make it last minute, bro. So like, yo, next time you come to Atlanta, let me know."
No,
you know what I'm saying? Now you be like, "Yo, he ain't come. Listen, we gonna have to do a little manual movement, but bro, let me set up all the cameras. Let me make sure you're in frame. I'll hit the button. We're gonna do a quick test and then we're gonna go. That's cool."
Yeah.
You're gonna make sure that it works because you not only that you care, you're disciplined in the art, bro. And those are the things that differentiate somebody that's gonna be successful in this and someone that's not.
Yeah.
And this is just like everything else. Even though I'm like, it's easier, I feel like, to be in the top 3 and the top 1%, it still is gonna take some work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you bust out 200 episodes, I mean, that's 2 years if you do one once a week.
Yeah.
But you could do one in a year. It's just gonna take, I mean, that's 2 a week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think for the most part, we gotta stop. And I tell myself this too sometimes though, like we gotta stop comparing ourselves to other people, especially when it comes to like the big podcasters. Because like you said, a lot of them are like in other industries and they're able to leverage their fan base and then go on the podcast and then they get big all of a sudden. But if you try to compare yourself to those, you're gonna probably, like I said, you're gonna quit after a few episodes. They ain't gonna
100%.
take 200. It's gonna take like 25.
My boy, Amari said something to me. Shout out to my guy Amari. He said something to me earlier because one of my good friends in the space is Omar El Takori. And Amari said something to me earlier. He was just like, people see Omar and he was like, you and Omar have 2 different messages. You know what I'm saying? He talks about YouTube and growing on YouTube and stuff like that. But he was like, yo, most people can't grow an audience on YouTube. There's a lot of nuances.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's like, they think possibly being like Omar might be a little bit easier, or they're not really looking at how he would assisted him to get the platform, right? Because Omar came from a big platform. He came from Think Media. and he was a dude that talked about all the equipment.
Yeah.
So the byproduct of you watching Omar came from finding him on Think Media when he was just working at Think Media, but he was a dude that was always talking about cameras, lenses,
How
equipment.
things work.
So that's
Yeah.
already a platform. So people that like him on there or known for Think Media
Go to
came over there.
his. Yeah.
Then he's a pastor at a pretty significant church in Vegas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got a wild trust factor. He's, you know what I'm saying? Not that being a family man and being married matters, but it all comes together in at church.
In the trust factor.
The trust factor. So you
Yeah.
got the trust factor. You got two large audiences. You put those together, and then you have his brand. Now that's the foundation. Now you add on his specialty on top of that,
Yeah.
and then the casual viewer might be like, "Yo, I can do that, or I can't do that."
Yeah.
But they missing out on what helped them get there. And everyone has a story, so this is not me saying anything against my guy. But what I'm saying is, those are the things that also, in some ways, work against someone, right? Because every time I said something too, I think it was probably one of the most profound things that I heard at the summit this year. He was like, the reason why y'all ain't successful is because y'all insecure, right? And I had to listen to him like, yo, he right. You're not doing a thing because you're worried about X. The reason why you're worried about X is because you're insecure. You're not making money because X, Y, and Z, but the real reason why you're not making money is because you're insecure. You haven't bought the camera to do the thing that you said you want to do, but you've been talking about for 6 months to the same person that's your best friend who has not held you accountable because you're insecure. So it all comes down to you can't be the person that does the thing because you're not working on becoming the person.
Yeah.
So becoming the person, you being successful at anything happens on the inside first. It happens on your mind first.
Mm-hmm.
When it happens in real life, that's the second time that it happens. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm doing is showing y'all what I already saw here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to you, it's like, oh, that's crazy. But to me, it's like, it been crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I learned and created this strategy of how to make $30,000 in one day from a podcast. And I saw it in my mind 10 years ago. And I wasn't even a person that could do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so ill to me that I was like, yo, I don't know what I'm about to do with this, but I'm going to hold on to this idea.
Yeah.
Now, once I got into the space, which I didn't even know I was going to be in this space, but once I got into the space and I started figuring out the thing, I pulled that idea that I had from 10 years ago and I knew exactly what to do with it because I became the person on the inside that could take the idea from 10 years ago and then turn it into what people experienced. Mm-hmm. That's why I think it's so ill. So like Podcast Summit, David Shands and Donnie, I don't know who was there, but it came here first. So he saw, 1,000 people in the room at America's Mart. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have 3 things. Yo, I want to do in Atlanta. It's going to be crazy. That all happened here first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So people experience it. It's like success is on a delay in real time.
Yeah.
Because it already happened here first. So
That's
whatever you, and the crazy thing about it is, I don't know if you believe in God or not, or what your relationship with God is.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm Christian.
Right? So, bro, God gives you the vision already happened. And if he gave you the vision, he bestowed the provision so you can take the vision and bring it out in real life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So anything that you literally think about or dream about or you receive a download of, you can actually do it.
Yeah.
Right? You can literally do it. And the cheat code to doing it is just reverse engineering the pathway to success that's available to all of us, especially with AI technology. How to build a podcast studio. Yo, chat, look, it's a long night. I'm a little tired. Normally I got the vibes going, you know what I'm saying? But right now the vibes ain't really vibing, but I need some help, chat. I got this idea for a podcast studio. This is my budget. I watched YouTube. They told me this was the camera, but is this really the camera? I want to do it in my house. It's 2 beds, 2 baths. The living room, I wanted to be the studio. And then the second room, I want to turn that to a solo YouTube studio. Chat, how do I do it? Where do I get the equipment from? And I want to do this by, 48 hours. What do I do? They're going to give you everything.
They're going to tell you everything, where to get it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now the chat will talk back to you.
Yeah.
You'll be like, Brendon, this was great. I hope your vibes are vibing after I give you this information, but this is exactly what you do. So people can literally have an idea or get a download, get a vision. AI will literally tell them how to do it.
ChatGPT, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Chat
and they still won't do it, bro.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? We were talking about that earlier.
Because they
though.
insecure.
Insecure,
Every time it was going crazy on that.
Yeah, yeah. We was talking about the I think when we was at we was talking about school. I think we was. I think
The community,
yeah,
like
the community,
the online community. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was. Well, what got me interested about that? Because that's something I've been trying to like try and figure out how to do for a while. I'm actually gonna sit down with Miss Big in there.
Oh, Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, and get more information on that. But a lot of times, like you were saying, though, I think a lot of times, though, we do be scared to follow our dreams, though, especially when it comes to stuff, not even just podcasts and life in general, though. I've seen a lot of people, we always got that one person that always be saying, hey, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. And they still saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this.
I got a homie like that.
To a point where you be like, all right, stop telling me that you're going to do
I don't
this.
want to hear that no more facts.
But I want to also, cause on here we talk about entrepreneurship a lot, though, bro.
Yeah.
So I want to go there as far as podcasting. You give a lot of advice on people that's doing podcasting, how to start, how to make money from it. So, what I want to do is see if you can give me 5 steps or five. We can just do 5 things as far as like entrepreneurship. How can they be able to make money? I guess for podcasting, as far as bringing it on to their platform.
I mean, bro, it's easy.
Yeah, talk to me.
You know what I'm saying? So, number one thing number one thing is this. Mindset. Number one, bro. It don't matter. It don't matter what we share. I can give you 5, 6, 7, 10, 15, bro. It don't matter. If their mind doesn't have the capacity because it's full of what they think, they're not going to have room for none of this information. So number one is mindset. They have to release some of these beliefs that don't serve them, that are not getting them to where they want to go. So if you think you make money with podcasts with a brand deal, you don't have a brand deal, let that thought go. If you think you make money with a podcast from YouTube and you still haven't made no money from YouTube, let that thought go. If you think that you make money from podcasts through sponsorships and you don't got a sponsorship, let that thought go. Now you created some space for some information that I can give you. One of the biggest mistakes that podcasters do is they run their show as a hustle, a side project, or something that they do when they feel like doing it, which means they don't really want to do it. Because if they really wanted to do it, they would turn it into a media business. I talk about this all the time. So with a media business, it gives you access to really write off all your stuff, but that's not even the biggest thing. It puts you in position. Podcasters want to make money, but what if I told you that it was quicker for a podcaster or a creator to get access to 100 figures, get access to 6 figures, let's say $100,000, than them actually saving it or going out and getting it. Right? So number one is you got to make sure that your credit is good. Mm-hmm. So you need to put your credit in position. You know what I'm saying? You have to have the right data points. You need to have a good score. You have to have a profile that's properly structured. Once you have A, then you can go get B. Well, actually, you don't need A to get B, but you can do them together. What B is, you want to make sure that you have an actual LLC. Mm-hmm. So turn your podcast from a hustle into a business. Right. You know what I'm saying? So let's say Unspoken, the Unspoken Media. So boom, we got Unspoken Media. We got a business website, a business address, business phone number. You can Google Unspoken Media on Google. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We got and there's a couple other things, but just for the sake of time. Yeah. So we have everything. LLC. We got everything set up so that the podcast is actually under the media business. Yeah. Right? So we're going to take our profile and we're going to take our media business, right? We're going to put those together and then we're going to go see our financial partners. So we're going to go to PNC, let's say Truist, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Citizens, you know what I'm saying, Navy Federal. We're going to go get some bags. 20 here, 10 here, 25 there, 15 here. We're going to go get funded. So we're going to do our first round of funding. We're going to get somewhere between, let's say, $80,000 to $150,000. Now we turn our idea into a business. We got a credit in position, and now we have access to, let's say, $80,000 to $150,000 in funding. Mm. Now you want to do the next thing, which would be create offers. Because if I got money got funding from our financial partners and I go out and I invest that in the podcast, you need to make sure you can have a return. Mm-hmm. All right. So I have an offer. I have multiple offers, but let's give them some offers. Okay, cool. So the foundational 4, that's going to be digital products. So that's when you're going to take your information and turn it into, let's say, ebook or a course. You got digital products. You do the work one time, never have to do it again. Secondly, you just talked about Brooklyn. I like to call it a paid podcast community. I was in her presentation today, so she broke the whole thing down. She makes $98,000 a month on one community. She makes over 6 figures on another community without even having a podcast. So just imagine if you had the platform You know what I'm saying?
But
You
yeah, both really.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
So now you got two. The third thing is, right? Kanye said this in 2015, and Charlamagne gave him a big heckle over it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, bro, no one cares about your products, bro. We want the old Kanye. We care about the music. Kanye been a visionary. He said, yo, Lady Gaga, she's a creative director of Polaroid. What the fuck does she know about cameras?
Right.
What he was saying is influencer marketing. She has a platform, right? People want access to photography or videography, and and in the middle is the audience that watch Gaga. So Gaga doesn't have to sell nothing, no customer service, don't have to deliver nothing, right? But she can make money in the gap. I call it gold in the gap. That's influencer marketing. So if you have a podcast that has a platform, every single viewer or listener that coming to the podcast every single week with a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem right now. You got a problem. Your producer got a problem. The young lady in the back got a problem. We all got problems. Now, don't mean those problems are detrimental. I might need some teeth whitening. I might need a re-up, you know what I'm saying, on I don't know, I might on oatmeal or something. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Right? So what if I'm listening to your podcast? You're like, yo, you can get this super protein, high in fiber XYZ oatmeal. You know what I'm saying? And it's only I don't know, $9 or whatever it costs. All you need to do is go to superprotein.com or click the link below. Bro, it ain't your protein. You ain't stocking it. You ain't shipping it to me. You ain't delivering it to me. And you ain't handling no customer service. But you're gonna make 20%, 30% on every sale from that. So that's affiliate marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's affiliate marketing like school that's gonna pay you every single month just because. And then the fourth thing is one of my favorite, which I feel like if you have a guest-based podcast, you can turn free guests into paid guests, and that's the VIP package. So what a VIP package is, no longer are we gonna let guests come on your podcast and devalue your platform because they want to come on for free. And then they have the audacity to ask you for the files after the end. But they don't want to pay you.
They'll pay for the files.
No, we ain't doing that no more. It's like, bro, look, if you respect the videographer, you're going to pay them their full price. If you respect the photographer, you're going to pay them their full price. I'm more valuable than both of them. Because I'm asking questions about you. You're answering because you want them to know where you come from, what you do, how you help people. You want to get a sale and you want to make an impact, but you don't want to pay me. And I sit here on the couch with you for 60 minutes. But then you want to take all the files and then use them. No. How about I just resell them to you?
Yeah.
Because truth be told, I'm not going to do nothing with the files anyway. They're going to be in a Google Drive or they're going to be in my SSD for God knows how long. I don't really care about them. Maybe I'll reuse them, maybe I won't. But you need them. So how about you just give me $500 if you want your content? If you don't want it, cool. But what if 50% of the people that come on the show take that offer, right? You do 4 podcasts in a month, that's $1,000. You wasn't going to do nothing with the content anyway.
Right.
So now what happens if you use your every podcast episode, which is digital real estate, and you put, your residential building, which is your digital products on it. You put your commercial building, which is your paid podcast community. You put your parking lot, you know what I'm saying? Or let's say your parking meters, which is your affiliate marketing. You put the episode out there. And then you charge me for my files. And I took the files. And the podcast is up 24/7. Now it can sell your digital products, it can sell your affiliates, and people can join your community. That's a 6-figure formula. Now this is the thing. You don't have to do all 4. You can choose 2.
2 out of 4.
You can maximize 1. We could just figure out what's your 6-figure blueprint? What's your 7-figure blueprint? It's gonna tell you. It's gonna be like, all right, cool. If you got a community of 100 people, and you charge 100 people $99 a month, you got damn near $10,000. 100 people. So one young lady was like, I don't know, that sounds like a lot. Oh, 100 people is a lot. I thought 1,000 downloads was a lot. Yeah. I thought 10,000 streams was a lot. Yeah. I thought 100,000 views was a lot. That's what you want, right? But none of that gonna get you no money. So I'd rather focus on 100 people that fuck with my podcast. And 100 people that can grow. And 100 people I can actually take and put in a room. Or you know what? These 100 people pay me $49 a month or $99 a month. What if I want to do a live podcast? Guess who's coming? I dropped the merch. Guess who's buying the merch? Yep. I can test different concepts. I can have a contest. Yo, whoever refers the most people to the community can come on the podcast. Guess who now has incentive to get people in your community without you having to do it? So they can keep the brand deals, bro.
Speaking of brand deals, though, I did see a video of you giving some advice on how to get a brand deal for people to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you explain it really. But for making sure, I know you were saying like go up to your local whatever store, let them know, hey, I'll pitch you 4 spots on a month, for $1,000, you get you like 4 or 5 spots, then that's about 5 bands in your pocket right there.
100%. So what Nigel talking about is the local brand deal strategy. So if there's a spot that you go to all the time, a spot that you patronize, maybe a coffee shop, donut spot, maybe a restaurant, maybe rent bikes from the spot, like the places that you do life at, that are in your community, your town, your city, maybe your state, depending on what it is. You know what I'm saying? You've been giving them money for years. The law of reciprocity says they owe you, bro. It don't matter if it's commerce. It doesn't matter if it's retail. I've been spending good money with you, bro, for 3-4 years. The least I can do is give you an opportunity to bring it back, because money needs to move. It needs to circulate anyway. So how about this? I got a podcast. I would love for you to feature on my podcast. Matter of fact, I'll put you on the show. Better yet, how about you sponsor some episodes? We talk about X, Y, and Z. I'll shoot a commercial at your establishment. I know you don't do no marketing anyway, because everybody come in is walk by traffic. You know what I'm saying? People know you in the, just because you've been in the neighborhood and you've been here forever. Why don't you just, we do a 4-show package. You give me $1,000. I'll feature on 4 shows. I'll put a watermark on it for you, for people to know. I'll do a call to action to your spot. Matter of fact, I'll even shoot an exclusive inside of the restaurant or in front of the coffee shop. I'll interview some of your customers. Some of those people are just going to give you a brand deal, or just going to want to participate just because it's you. It's like if you and I are on the horn every single day, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, yo, bro, I need you over here. You know what I'm saying? Meet me in the park, want to go for a run. And let's say we never ran before. You're more likely to say, yeah, bro, I'm down to meet you for a run, down to meet you for a workout. Because it's like we already built a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of places that they can go and start getting, the local brand deal would be from businesses that they've been spending money with for years. You probably know the owner, the manager by name. You know what I'm saying? The niece works, his niece might work in the front. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people, or maybe if you don't know them by name, they know you by face. You all be giving a head nod or whatever the case may be. These are people that are basically part of your life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
it should be easy for you to be able to connect
coffee
with
shop
them.
I used to go to, bro. Every time I walked in, the girl in front knew my joint. She was like, you. Yeah. Eventually, I didn't have to say nothing. It was just ready. You know what I'm saying? I walk in, she just see me, she make it, and then I just pay.
Yeah.
That's gold in the gap. Those are your brand deals. You know what I'm saying? Go get, like you said, 4 or 5 of those, charge them, $500,000. You got 2,500, you got $5K.
I also seen Wallow do that too.
Yeah.
Wallow, $1 million worth of game. He was saying when he first came home, one of the first things they did though before they got big though, he had went to a funeral home.
Funeral home, yeah, facts.
Yep, and he said he was making like $5,000 to $7,000 a month just off the funeral home, just doing commercials for them.
Yeah,
and then giving them like a 30-second spot on the episode, and that's how he was doing. That's how people was but because they didn't have no money. I don't think his credit was right there either. So he was using that to kind of make money, kind of fund the podcast until they got to a point where now everybody calling him. And then another thing I'll go back to though. What I'm learning is a lot of this too is like marketing. What's the guy? He came today.
Corey?
No, not Corey. Ace Metaphor.
Okay, yeah.
One of his biggest things too is like it's marketing.
Mm-hmm.
Like obviously his format is what I think would keep people coming. But at the beginning of the format is all marketing and have a good career. I think that's another thing. And I talk about myself a little bit. What I struggled with, I think like my first 4 years. I feel like I had the ideas and I feel like I had the support, but I didn't have the credit. Credit wasn't right for me to be able to push it to where I wanted to.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. So like, you need to have access to the resource to help you grow.
Yeah.
Right, and those resources are in the form of credit. Credit unlocks so much for you, and it helps you with your media business. And you can go get a bag.
Yeah.
You can go get multiple bags.
Multiple, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Imagine this. Imagine you got the co-host, right? I'll paint a scenario. Imagine you got a co-host. Their credit's good. They don't have the information. You put them in position because your credit's not good. You know exactly what to do. Right? You working on, let's say, repair, whatever the case may be. So you can't really go get a bag right now. But they can. Yeah. You say, hey, bro, we're going to do this, boom. Now I got access to 6 figures in funding.
Yeah.
You getting right. Now you got access to 6 figures in funding. We sitting here with
Two people with 6 figures funding.
we both got 200,000 right now.
I don't know what to do.
That
with
don't and it don't got to stop. But now we got 200,000. We can open up a studio. We can buy our own equipment. We can hire people. There's so many things that we can do, and we can use the foundation for what I just shared. And now we got offers. So if we take the money, the funding, and invest that into improving our show, or invest that in equipment or whatever the case may be, support team, we have something that can generate income. So then we can pay off the funding, and we still got.
yeah.
So guess what? Everything that we did was free.
Yeah.
My podcast studio was free, bro. I went and got funded, took that money, bought everything, set it up, hired a consultant to put it all together, and then I used one of my offers to generate income, paid them back. I got a free studio.
Yeah.
What I paid for? I used none of my money. And guess what? You got an offer so you can continue to make money forever. You got funding so you can continue to use their money and grow more access to funding. So this is growing. You selling more stuff, and you still got your money. It's a cheat code.
Money, yeah.
And now you got funding. I got funding. We sitting here with two great credit scores. We about to run it up.
Yeah.
And then you can package exactly what we just did and sell it to podcasters who don't know nothing that we got. We just created another offer.
Put in the ebook.
Listen, bro, there's gold in the gaps, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, this ain't gonna lie. It's hard. It's hard.
Gold in the gaps, bro. All the money in podcasting is in the things that they don't want to do.
Yeah.
They just waiting for it. They get a random ass call like, "Yo, I seen episode 17. We do makeup, but we would love to sponsor an episode." They ain't never getting that call.
Another thing too, though, I get people who into podcasting too, though. Like sometimes you got don't be afraid to make your own commercials too, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That helps you out. That helped me out a lot. But it really came down to your creativity, honestly, because it's like the same things we doing. Like what you said, you come up with a business, you come up with the commercial, put the commercial in there. You want to advertise your own personal business that you got going on. Make a commercial for that, put it in there. Because they're gonna watch commercials anyway. Is it gonna be yours? Or is it gonna be the person that's paying YouTube or Google ads that you're gonna probably watch it? So you might as well. But I think that's what a lot of people try to. They don't really know. They just be thinking that they just got to pay somebody, but no, sometimes you. And the thing about what I like about YouTube is everything. People don't really watch YouTube for like perfection, so it don't gotta be like a movie or you know what I'm saying for them to. You just trying to give out information, whether you just talking to them for 30 seconds.
Insecure, bro.
Yeah, they go back to what you were saying on insecurity, though.
Bro, listen, it all makes sense, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
People want to be perfect on YouTube, but they ain't watching no perfect content to get the information that they want. But why they gotta be perfect on YouTube?
I think some people just gotta. I think it's okay to just bump your head a couple times, dog.
That's how you gonna do it.
It took me. I ain't gonna lie. Like a lot of stuff that I'm learning, that I'm preaching. Like I didn't learn this until like a year ago, 2 years ago. Like my first 4 years, I was doing it. We were just going off of trial and error. Like you know what I'm saying. And then you start to see other people. I think the more serious you get about it, the more you start paying attention to not necessarily just your situation, but other situations. Because when you watching other people's situations, not to say that you're comparing, but I can learn something from anybody. I can learn something from a homeless person. I can learn something from anybody. So if they willing to put out the information, you know, I'm willing to take it in. So I think that's what it come down to. And then over time, you start meeting people at like yourself. You start going to networking events like Podcast Summit or go to EYL events. You start meeting other people. And then when you be able to see, you know, everybody going through the same problem. That's what it is, though. When you start realizing that everybody got the same problem, then it kind of gives you your mind a little bit more grace to be like, all right, I'm all right. I'm all right in the spot. And if I'm not, if I can't do it, I can find somebody else to do it.
Yeah, that's true. And then ChatGPT gonna tell you anyway.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
So
facts.
you might just gotta ask the AI, bro, because it's like there's no reason for us not to know anything. No.
Yeah. No reason.
Because you not knowing something is really just means you don't really care. Because AI will literally tell you everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for people to not really. They just ain't doing it. That's what it comes down to.
Okay.
That's really what it comes down to.
What time we at, B? It's still say on. It's an hour. How you feel? Are you?
I'm straight. I won't buy quick. Chefing up the pot, bro.
All right, we're gonna get. I'm gonna give you like 2 more questions, and we're gonna get up out of here, man. Right. I know it's Friday night, man. When it comes to so like we already talked about entrepreneurship, how they can bring 6 figures to your podcast. We talked about the 4. How you say it?
Foundational 4.
The foundational 4. Now we're just gonna get into just the everyday creativity standpoint as far as like building a community.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of something that I will say on my end that I think I didn't take advantage of from the beginning. Even when it come down to like collecting like email lists a lot, like I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't do though. But if you can, you get some advices on like just best way to kind of build a community, but also being able to keep your community as well.
I think Brooklyn, she shared a lot when it comes to like engagement.
Yeah,
So I think she kind of broke down a strategy where it's like, let's say every single day you got something going.
yeah,
So even if it's Motivation Mondays, I'm gonna drop a post. Maybe you have Motivation Wednesdays, but you have like a 30-minute Zoom or something.
yeah,
And maybe you do games on Friday. Maybe Thursdays you're like, yo, here's a poll, everybody answer a question. So I think it's engagement. You gotta keep it lively. You gotta keep the energy up. Secondly, you always gotta have a way for people to learn about the community and then access.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And then third, I feel like you gotta lead with value, right? So if people know consistently how they can access the community, then that means you're solving how people can find it.
yeah,
If it's active and it's lively, when they get in there, they're less likely to churn or they're less likely to leave because it's energy. And then obviously if you're continuing to get value in there, it's just a matter of time. And then honestly, again, if someone doesn't have a community now, or if you got a small community, what difference does it make if it takes you a year to grow the joint?
yeah.
You didn't have it anyway to begin with.
Yeah.
So if one person grows every single week for 52 weeks, your community is what? Let's say $99. Bro, that's 52. That's 52. 52 people in your community at $99. That's 5,200. You straight. Nobody was doing it anyway.
yeah,
And the thing is, it's not like you're going 0 to 5,200. Every single time somebody joins, you're getting money.
yeah.
And that means you're going to get money next month
Yeah.
and the month after. Like, I'm down one person joins every month. Even if it's $49 a month, it don't matter. It's going to compound over time.
I think that's what most people, for people who want to start a podcast, I feel like that's the number one thing you need to be doing is starting a community.
Yeah, no, I think
That's number one.
Yeah, that's why I call it a profitable. That's why I call it a profitable paid community. And that's why I really like focus on what y'all really want, what y'all think, but what's actual.
Yeah.
So what y'all want is to make money, right?
Yeah.
What y'all think is brand deal sponsorships, you know what I'm saying, and having a large audience. But what's actual? If think about this, bro. If someone had a podcast and they had 100 views, they would be like, "Yo, this podcast is right."
Right. Yeah.
But if they had 100 people paying them, it'd be lit.
So why not focus on that from the beginning?
Because they got to detach from the identity.
Yeah.
Bro, imagine if I don't run no ads on my podcast. Let's say I got a podcast. I don't run no ads. Let's say I don't get no. Let's say I'm not forcing nothing to find my podcast. And I'm getting 100 views, 50 views, 200 views, 100 views, right? So I'm averaging about 150. Most people think that's weak. But what if I have 10 to 20 people that actually rock with that podcast that are paying me the $99 a month?
That's what's gonna keep you motivated to keep it going.
Bro,
you getting 100 views ain't gonna keep you motivated. You getting 100 people that's buying your product.
But that's what I'm saying. So it's messed, bro. It's backwards and it's messed up.
Yeah.
Because you can get
what's cool.
You can get those views and those downloads, right? And those streams eventually, and you ain't got no money. No money. You be like, yo, bro, 10,000 views, bro. Yeah. No money, bro. But this one over here can have the strategy, right? And, you know, they got 100 views, but they got 10 people in the community. They got 200 views, they got 20 people in the community. They got 300 views, they got 30. I'd rather rock with the 5 to 10% that rock with me. Okay, David Sanders is a perfect example. So this number, I'm gonna just use the last number that I had in my presentation, which was a while ago, right? So, David Shands, last time I checked, his community had about 500 people in it, plus minus, right? 500 people times $99 a month. That's what I think the more immediate cost.
Yeah. 50 bands.
A month. That's $600,000 a year. 500 people. If you saw a podcast from the outside with 500 views, the average person gonna think that podcast is weak. But now let's look at the other stats. So if we go to YouTube right now, and his numbers were definitely bigger during and post pandemic because the algorithm
everybody's in the house.
And that's what everybody. It was way friendlier, right? But if I go to Social Proof podcast, right, and I just go over to videos, right, boom, we got 4,000, 13,000, 2,000, 3,000, 37,000, 6,000, 15,000. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if I do 10% of that,
he ain't making that off of a 6,000 views.
Huh?
They said he's not making that off of 6,000 views.
That's my point, bro.
Yeah.
The point is 500 people at 99 gives this man 50,000 a month. Not a year, not a quarter, not half a year. 50,000 a month off of one paid community. What's the top 5% of earners in the country? And that's like 425,000, something like that. So I would take the 500 people. I don't care about the 5,000 views or the 10,000 views or the 50,000 views. I'll rock with the 500 people or the 200 people or the 100 people that's going to show up and show out that actually care about my podcast.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason.
That's the biggest
That's
thing.
the problem. You got it backwards, bro. Now, do views matter? Sure. Downloads matter? Okay. Streams? Of course. You want people to find you. But I'd rather have people to pay me. I'm for the impact. Impact over everything. That's why I did a presentation, and then after, I hung out for 3 hours talking to people, answering questions, because it's the impact. So if we counted them, let's say, I don't know, let's call it 30 people.
Yeah.
But those are 30 people that actually left with something, or 30 people that next time they see me, they're gonna rock with me. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have those that are paying than the views that ain't paying. Or the views that they can manipulate. YouTube can be like, no, we changed the program, we're gonna pay you less. You know what I'm saying? Oh, guess what? You don't have name numbers and emails. Oh, we're gonna take your channel down. Yeah. Oh, Spotify got sold. So yeah, now things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You can't control none of that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that.
I'm gonna take the 5,200 people. Or in Brooklyn's case, the 32,000.
32,000 people, yeah.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Well, look, man. If anything, if you watch this podcast today, man, I hope you learned a lot as far as like entrepreneurship, especially building your own business within your own podcast. And also, like, number one thing is, start off with building your community first. If you build your community first, it'll help you in so many ways. It'll help you, you getting money, but it's also keeping you motivated. When you worried about getting views, that motivation dips and it goes up and down and it fluctuates based on, the attention that you're getting. But if you could build your fan base, you could make you money, and you also got people who really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, so I think that's what most people. If you want to start a podcast or a TV talk show or anything on YouTube, I hope you took that with you and take it with you on your journey. Yeah. But overall, though, man, Brendon, I appreciate you for pulling up on me, man. We definitely get some more content in when you come back in town. I think next time you come down, I'm gonna try to get you on the other side as well.
Yeah, that's cool, bro. Let me know.
But I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah. Last thing I want to leave y'all with is two quick things. Again, thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah.
Joint was fun for real. Number one is I think something that's overlooked, super cheat code, and it's easy to do. Every podcaster, YouTuber, or creator should have a newsletter. You can repurpose the content from the podcast every single week and charge people $8 to $10 to join the newsletter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's recurring revenue too.
Yeah.
You want to make it easy? This is how we make it easy. Let me use me for example. Let's say it's your newsletter. Guess what you can do? You could just, our featured guest this week is Brendon. He broke down how you can make 6 figures in podcasting. If you missed the episode, don't worry. We broke down it in 10 steps. You don't even got to write the joint. You could just take the cliff notes from every single guest that you have and then drop it every week. Now the guests get extra value, your people get extra value, and you create recovery revenue. And who ain't gonna sign up for something for $10?
Yeah.
And they locked in. So those are almost as valuable as your community members.
Yeah.
Because whenever you do something for free, not for free, whenever you do something that's an activation or you selling something else or you got some other movement popping off, they're more than likely to tap in because they're part of your ecosystem. So that's very low lift. I would get to $10 a month for just repurposing the information that you're already doing.
Yeah.
Like, y'all need to get on that. And guess what else you can do? Mess around and get a good amount of people and then generate, let's say, generating like 10,000, 20,000 a month. You can sell it.
Yeah.
Now you got a high 6-figure, 7-figure newsletter that you just sold. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing is, I do weekly masterclasses. Y'all want to tap in? Go to podcast at cashmasterclass.
Man, holla at my boy, man. He give you all the insights, everything you need as far as business, entrepreneurship, podcasting, 6-figure earners.
Yeah, let's go crazy. Bro.
Everything, man. But look, man, I appreciate you, man, for pulling up again, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all follow Unspoken Atlanta on YouTube, Instagram, all the social media platforms. We appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time, man. Peace.
Let's get it. Let's go. Yes, sir. Word. Word. Yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah. Nah, facts.